the general did have some insight to a rather ornate statue of Neferu that he had in his office, and simply saw fit to say that it does look like a very expensive statue.
Do you think that was the target?
Yeah. He was hinting very heavily.
Okay. And you think that's it's in his office, you said?
It is in the upstairs office. I found out that this turtle friend of Ivari's fond of growing things he shouldn't have in his basement, one of which is apparently something called Obliviax, which grows primarily in the Underdark. It seems that the dampness of his basement, paired with no light, has been just enough to allow it to grow here. Unfortunately, he is not keeping it where it needs to be, and coming in contact with it, well, I'm certain that there are pieces of his memory that he wishes were still here.
Oh, interesting plant.
Yeah.
Why? Why does he have this?
I didn't ask.
Oh dear.
You probably wouldn't remember why.
So, the last couple days go by, without really any interest. Yeah, it is now time for a party.
Ooh.
You guys go to the manor. You meet up, actually, just outside of it with General Faldvin and his son, Runarian. Seeing as you all are kind of coming, as his guests, he will turn to the party and mostly look towards Narcellus as he says, it would be best if we go separately. So I do not want to bring any unwanted attention to either of us. Any of us.
He looks like he hadn't considered it. He feels a little bit like he just got shot, but it's okay.
Oh no!
And he kind of shifts back on his heels and he's like, right, Yuvari, as we discussed, you will refer to me as Master, and we will never speak about this night for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
And he just kind of hangs back by the pond and looks like a really awkward teenager that just got shot.
Oh no! Oh boy, and Fulvin kind of picks up on him looking very odd, and he furrows his brow as he says, just don't want the other drow to think anything's going on.
Oh no, it's fine. I told you. Just the sooner we get this over, the better.
He nods and he'll walk on inside, confident in his steps. And Runarian will look over to Tove with this big stupid smile on his face.
He's just having the time of his life right now.
He's like, all right, Tove, are you ready? I'm so excited.
And Tove, who's, just taken, is sort of beaming, is like, oh, of course, I'm ready. Let's go.
Excellent. And he will, hopefully with her on his arm, I don't know if she took it or not.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Well, so yeah, he will go ahead and lead her inside. So, as, Tove, Ari, Yulia, and Arca, as you all come into the ballroom, you see there are a few other people standing about, and you do pass by some in the other room, Specifically, you see like Faldvin is greeting a couple of women standing around a fountain between a tiefling and a human. And as you move into the ballroom, it is a very spacious area, beautifully decorated with all sorts of manner of like colorful cloth and that hanging from the walls. There's like this gorgeous chandelier with like green glass hanging overhead, this like bright red and orange, very warm rug. And in the ballroom, you see at one end is a stage where currently there seems to be some sort of performance troupe putting on a show. Up on the stage, you see someone dressed in a very odd outfit with like this tilted top hat to the side and like clown makeup covering his face, playing away at this piano wildly, and you're not really sure if it's very good music. It's very weird.
You'll
as
never
the performers
get my off-brand Lucky Charms.
As the performers are doing their routines, there's a turtle who doesn't look all that pleased to be there, currently juggling about some bats, whatever you might call them.
You're doing great, sweetie.
And you see there's what appears to be a girl of some sort on a unicycle. But if you get a closer look at her face, her eyes appear to be buttons. And her movements are very mechanical. You can only assume it's not a real living thing.
It's not a real boy.
Yeah.
Not a real girl.
Not a real
Pinocchio?
girl.
But she's carrying like this metal rod that on one end a female tabaxi is currently like posing and balancing upon as she's like riding around on this unicycle. And some of the other patrons are kind of getting a little laugh out of it, thinking it's absolutely ridiculous. And in the back corner of the room, probably Yulia and Arca, you guys would definitely notice them. There's a troupe of bards who appear to be kind of like tuning their instruments and ensuring everything was in working order and ready to go.
Yavari's looking at like all the people around her, and all like this very gauche decorating, and she like leans over to Nurse Chalice and whispers, "This is so tacky." You can see she's very uncomfortable. Like she's kind of tense because she's like, I've never been in this kind of situation before. But like, if you have so much wealth, can you not buy taste?
Damn.
Oh.
Narcellus, you hear him snort. His lips kind of raise into this like amused little smile. He's trying really hard not to laugh, if only because he has some semblance of a disguise to maintain. But sort of leaning over toward Yavari after a minute, he busies himself sort of just playing with the outsides of his gauntlets with his hands, semi-nervously. Looking very confident otherwise. He's got like a very, very still mask on, and he says in the quietest voice he can, "Make your way over the cafe. Try not to get caught." And he just sort of steps back toward the wall and kind of takes a moment to observe Toad and Runarian. It was really hard to read his name for a minute. It says Tovarian. They are becoming one.
Oh, no.
The ship name.
The
Tovar.
ship name. The ship name.
No! We create the
Yes.
ship name.
Shit.
It's official. They have to get married now.
Yeah, there you go. It's done.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The tokens have spokens.
The tokens have spoken. Luckily, it's far less security than I thought there would be, at least on this floor. I don't know what it's going to be like on the second floor. Once the window is open, I'm going to make my way towards the room north with the where I can grapple up to the second floor and then find the office, get the statue, and then hopefully rejoin you guys back down here.
Sounds like a plan. Do you need anything from me specifically down on the ground floor to support you?
If you could, take a break from your festivities here in this wonderful little dance hall. Remember when on our way here, we passed by the foyer up to the second floor? If you could keep watch those two guards. If they start moving upwards, see if you can't get their attention. That means I have done something, or something has happened that has gotten their attention, and I would prefer them to stay down here as opposed to upstairs.
He will kind of scan like all the people in the room, and he's going to be the one that notes that Pierpont is seemingly not at his own party. And neither are any of the drow he's been dreading coming into contact with. And kind of giving the troop to his left a strange glance, he'll have this intense look of confusion on his face and slip out the door into the fountain area, and I was hoping he could kind of go into the hallways to kind of gauge, how far he can go before someone stops him.
Fair enough. Really quick then, Yulia, you're good if I do this for right now, and then I'll get to you afterwards?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, then you go on and leave back out through the ballroom. You pass by, you see General Faldwin standing there at the other end, speaking with the couple of women there, who kind of gives you a little glance and a slightly quirked brow as if silently asking if everything was okay. As he just sees you very suddenly leave.
He's not really paying attention.
He's just going.
There's the look of wait, what the fuck on his face, and he looks like he's on a mission and just sort of exits through the lower doors.
Fair enough, yeah. When you go on by, you see the two guards standing there at the staircase who just kind of nod respectfully to you, but it's not like they're gonna get in your way unless you try to go upstairs. No, he'll kind of go by. I do want him to peek into this room here, if that's all right. Yeah, I imagine most of the doors are open for the most part, or at least cracked open, and yeah, you can look inside, you see there's a human man sitting at the couch, looks like having a cup of tea of some sort, and there is a female dragonborn and what looks to be is this a kobold or a lizard folk? I don't remember. Green guy.
That is a kobold.
Kobold. Yeah, so you see a dragonborn and a kobold playing, or in the middle of playing a game of pool. Billiards, whatever you'd like to call it. Yeah,
Right.
none of them really look over.
Can I see the entirety of the room from the doorway?
Yeah, everything is very well lit thanks to the Anima lamps.
Okay.
And you notice this is a room that has quite a few animal heads mounted on the wall to the right.
Yep. There's also some skins on the floor, I see.
Yeah, there do be.
There's the concerned expression deepens.
No drow, though.
Okay, can he continue down the hall?
Yeah, there are no guards over here. There's not, you pass by maybe a couple of servants bringing a few food things into the room you had just passed.
Now, is there anything stopping him from the small room at the end here?
No, I mean, if he pushed it open, it would open without a problem.
Then there's no one around.
Like in this room? Right, all the way down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, you push it open, it seems to be just a small little room, and if you push open the other door, that just leads into a bathroom, but no one's here.
Okay.
As you do pass by these doors, however, you can hear like very soft piano music coming from inside. Very different from the vibe going on in the ballroom. And you hear like a woman's laughter. Reminds you of your mother in some ways.
That's actually horrifying. Thank you.
A little bit, yeah, you know.
Uh-oh.
Is the door closed?
Yes. Like, if you try to open it, it's not locked, but it is shut.
Okay. Can he press his ear to the door and listen?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
Oh. Why are you gonna do this to me? He's gonna shit himself. Come on, okay, come on.
Oh
He
You
falls.
do have your Anima shard.
I don't. Oh.
Ashes is that against the door.
Can I sacrifice my Anima shard?
I kind of want to save it in case we need to get out.
True.
Okay.
True.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right. So you lean against the door, and you're trying to be as quiet as possible. And you hear the woman's laughter, and you hear a familiar voice speak up, belonging to Pierpont. So you can hear his very nasally voice, saying, "Yes, and I had this my project downstairs. I have no idea where it's gone. I don't suppose you might have caught wind of it on your way here, my lady." And there's a slight pause before you hear a woman speak up and say, "No, I don't keep track of all your projects, dear Gideon. It's not my job, He says, "Oh, well, of course, it's just a shame. I was hoping I could show you my progress. I think you would have quite enjoyed it." And she responds with, "Well, I suppose that's on you for losing your little creature now, isn't it?"
Oh
and
god.
At that moment, there's a pause as they fall silent before you hear her voice speak up a little louder this time and say, "I do believe there are a little too many ears around here."
Run away!
Run.
Go hide in the
Entertain
bathroom.
ourselves. Run to the closet. Dad will save you.
Ting tang, walla walla, bing bing.
So as he's listening, his eyes are just getting a little bit bigger every time, and he'll hear the long pause, and at that moment, he's having his oh shit Scooby-Doo moment. Like maybe they just got bored of each other. Maybe they just stopped talking. Maybe they all died. And then she speaks up and says, there's too many ears, and I would like him to run. I would like him to run very fast.
Where's he running?
This way. Down the long highway.
Oh boy.
I gotta get Dad to save me again.
Oh gosh. Let's see. Hold on.
You just hear the worst squeaking on marble from leather in history. Just squeak.
Yeah, so as she speaks that, Narcellis just books it down the hallway.
Yup.
thankfully, it appears no one comes out to stop you.
Yeah,
Oh god.
am I allowed to have him, go back into the fountain room?
Yeah, we'll say, Narcellus makes his way back there, probably on the verge of a panic attack at this point.
Yeah, he's sweaty. He's a sweaty little boy, and he's like 2 seconds from a literal heart attack. He's running fast, man.
Boy. And the guards like give you a weird look as you go running by them.
Really bad
But
burrito.
don't-
Listen.
Yeah, right? But, they don't stop you at all as you come back into the fountain room.
He looks like a cartoon.
It's like a cartoon.
And to be honest, I think he would just keep running. I think he'd go in. He'd just keep going.
Oh, all right. So he comes
Drake Mounds.
bursting through, and he just keeps running.
He just goes into the fucking hallway.
All right.
You know what? Just in case. Only because I don't trust you. And yeah, he just imagine a 5'7" teenager literally sprinting down the squeaky hallway, coming to a halt in this room, pausing, and then sprinting around the fountain. And he's gonna vibe in the library and not have a heart attack.
As you come in, Faldvin looks back over at you, looking concerned now.
Mm-hmm.
But before he can even get a word out, you just take off around them. Yeah, I mean, you're just kind of keeping an eye on things, and you've noticed Narcellus is left, and you do see, as these two walk in, you notice specifically the tiefling that is there. The colors that she's wearing on her dress seem very familiar to you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yavari takes a step closer. 2 steps, because we're feeling generous. And kind of peers to the side to look at the clothing. And her eyes kind of go wide once she recognizes the colors. And you can see that her body has just completely stiffened.
Man, what's a party without a couple panic attacks?
Yeah, as you do.
And she looks completely frozen in place as she is practically staring this tiefling down, looking her up and down, and sort of to herself goes, "Fuck." But she's literally frozen in place. She feels a very wild mix of emotions at this current time. But she doesn't have time to sort them out now, except she's just frozen in place.
Oh, this is just going wonderful.
Yeah. We're having a great time.
So
Her
fun.
fists are clenching together, and they're shaking a little bit.
Runarian will turn to Tove and give her a big smile as he says, "Can I have this dance, my lady?"
It's so cute. Not me having a moment.
Me too.
They're just so adorable. And Tove's gonna smile and do a little curtsy, which isn't the most rehearsed thing. She'll be like, "Of course." Then they can go out on the little dance floor and do their little dance.
He'll give her a nice proper little bow to her as well, before he takes her hand to lead her over a little closer to the center of the room. To have this first dance with her, and he's just like smiling the entire time, and probably doesn't mind at all if Tove steps on his toes or anything. Like he's just having the time of his life right
He's
now.
like, yes. So he is going to get near to this window and pull out his. He's gonna basically get his equipment ready. Pull out his cloak, wrap it around himself, pull up his mask, put the hood up, get his grappling gear ready, glancing at the two doors every now and again, being as quiet as he can.
And he takes a moment where he takes Tove and reaches out an arm to give her a little spin before he draws her back to him.
Aww.
Cute. Disgusting.
Good thing Marcellus is not here to see this, or he'd be throwing up in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would.
God.
I'm pretty sure he's throwing up elsewhere at this point.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You enter the room and see Narcellus is bent over a small table. His satchel is on one of the little green chairs here. This one specifically, and the contents of it have been completely spilled out over the seat.
Oh.
There are numerous quills, there's a drawing book that's fallen half open, the smoking bottle, whatever, but he has specifically pulled out several rolled up pieces of fabric, and one of them is currently being used to dry off his forehead, the underside of his bangs. Kind of just running it along his neck. His back is very straight, everything's happening. But he hears the door creak open, and you just hear, I didn't hear anything!
Wait, what does he say?
He says, I didn't hear anything.
Oh. as he exclaims that, as soon as Faldwin opens the door, the wood elf just blinks and looks at him funny. Says, what did you not hear?
Seeing that it is only... seeing that it... Faldwin. And not the woman who sounds suspiciously like his mother, coming through the door frame with an axe to, kill him and wear his skin and his bones. He just sort of, you hear this sound, and he goes, "Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were someone else." And he wipes at his face again. And then he's grabbing his little satchel, and he's throwing everything back in, not even hearing where it goes. You hear it clattering, clacking around. He goes, "It's fine." And all of a sudden he's just like, "Lord Gideon made the Chimera."
Baldwin, just still very confused, kind of straightens up as he speaks about Lord Gideon's. He just sighs as he says, "Why am I not surprised?"
Sort of whirling around on both of his heels, just he's talking to a woman? And he's getting closer as he does this. His hands are moving. You see his fingers going in circles, he's trying to convey the level of his distress, and it's not quite happening. And he doesn't even realize how close he's getting at this point. Just talking to a woman. And do you know who she sounds like? She sounds like my mother. She sounds so much like my mother, but she can't be my mother. But she sounds like her. She does. And they're talking about something about a creature and how he wanted to show it off and how it went missing and he made it. And she sounds like my mother. And
Oh my gosh.
Baldwin's eyebrows just keep raising higher and higher as Narcellus
Go off his...
fly off of his forehead.
Just whoosh.
But he'll say, "If it was your mother, there would be many more drow at this party, and I've yet to see one."
Michelle's just like, "I'd really like to see them. If that would be possible, it would really help me right now if I could see them. There are a couple. There's a couple. They're all holed up in that little room. They were playing something. I remember this song. I don't remember the name of it. And he pauses for a minute and he kind of calms down enough to start thinking rationally. The adrenaline is going down. He's not being shot at the moment, you know. He's like, I noticed that Pierpont wasn't in the ballroom. He's not even at his own party. They're holed up in this back room at the end of the hall, and he just sort of, he's like, I'm sorry, I'm just yelling at you. And he looks very embarrassed.
Baldwin just kind of raises a hand to kind of dismiss it as he says, it's all right, I understand. If need be, I can go and investigate to see what they're doing over there. Just shocked that he's not at his own party.
And Marcellus will just sort of nod his head. He's like, hey, you know, I speak Drowic. I speak Deep Drow. You know, if you need someone to back you up to make sure you're not going to get stabbed, you know, I will be 100% behind you, and I mean that literally. I don't want them to me. And just sort of calms himself, and he's like, no, I need to do. I need to be a man. It's fine. I should at least introduce myself. I'm sure he's brought me up, despite my asking him not to.
It's very likely, yes. I'm sure he's more than proud to boast he has a member of House Nokovir attending his party.
Yeah, I'm really sure. Too bad it wasn't the other one. He was just like, alright, well, if you're game to be seen walking around with me at the party, I can show you which room they were hatching their dastardly villain plans in.
Baldwin gives a small nod and says, very well, we'll head over there.
Okay.
And as you guys step back into the
room, you're so mean! You're so damn mean!
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, you're evil.
Surprise!
As you guys step back into the fountain room, and Taffy, you of course hear the door open and shut. You see across the fountain stand a trio of drow. You see there are two women and a male kind of following along behind them. And as soon as you guys step through the door, the woman with a gray-white hair gives a smile as she says, "Oh, so this was the other drow Lord Pierpont mentioned? Pleasure to meet you, Lady Bondry." And she'll just kind of give him a sneer as she moves around the fountain.
Oh
Oh,
Lord! I can't do this today.
And she'll kind of look Narcellus up and down. And as she's standing there, you can see she's got a couple of spider friends that are hanging out with her.
That's
really
fun.
weird.
It's
yeah,
really
great.
weird.
It's great.
Can I just
Normal.
say, he's going to avoid making eye contact. I feel like you have me at a disadvantage. I cannot say that we have ever met. And sort of Narcellus is looking up a little bit to kind of try to see what all of them look like, kind of peering from one woman to the next. And he's like, I can't even think of what he would say. I don't think he can. He wishes he was dead.
Just smile and say, "No, I don't believe we have ever met. And she will say, you may address me as Lady Vondry. I am Alisaria. And then she will gesture behind her. Oh.
It's fine.
This is my daughter, Shintun Vondry. And then she'll kind of like look back to the male standing at the very back and just give like a little wave. She says, don't mind him, really. He's of no importance.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh boy.
And then she'll look over to General. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just saying he's like his fingers are in his collar. He's pulling at it. He's
Going feral.
Is it hot in this room or what?
And she'll look over at General Faldman and say, you know, General, Oh, Jax, you're on my chair. Hello. God. Sorry, this dog demands attention. Give me 1 second.
you can put him out here.
Like, he literally just tried to jump into my lap.
Boy.
You just
Baby.
really want. Yeah, he's being a baby.
I'm just
The
a
baby.
Just a baby.
Just a baby.
But then she'll look over to General Faldman and say, I know you, General Faldman. I'm surprised to see you keep such company given your reputation.
Oh.
And General Faldman is just doing his best to keep his mouth shut. But, you know, Narshellis, you can probably definitely tell he is very tense next to you. As he looks her like straight in the eye, like he's not about to show any fear to this woman. As he says, we are at a peaceful party, Lady Vondry. I think I'm allowed to meet with whomever I please. She just like gives a snort. Just whatever. And then she'll look back to Narshellis and say, I still have not gotten your name, boy.
He sort of swallows real thick. Because, I mean, standing next to these drow, I'm assuming it's very obvious that he is not fully drow.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, raising his eyes a little bit, he says, of course, Lady Vondry. I am Narshellis of House Nokavir.
Instantly, her eyebrows will raise. I have a quick question for you, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And her eyebrows raise up. She says, "Oh, so you're Narshellis. You know, your mother has been wondering what happened to you."
That's a first.
She's been quite worried for your well-being. You see, especially what happened to your dear brother.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! And this is where you hear you are in charge of the room and just backhand her.
Oh, I don't think she's gonna have to.
God.
He will immediately snap his head up. And I mean, like, making, like, perfect fucking eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
And he will say, do not speak ill of my dead.
Damn.
Lord.
Oh, spicy.
Spicy.
You know, with Narshellis being the half drow he is, you know, he's absolutely taller than she is, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately for her. Fortunately for Narcellus. And Fulvin is like just standing there.
Standing man emoji.
Yeah, he's very concerned at this moment as, you know, he doesn't have any weapons on him and he's very much just looking between the two of you as if he's expecting a fight. And Alisaria will just say like a little sound as she turns away from him back towards the doors of the ballroom, and over her shoulder she'll say, "Very well, I guess I can see now why you haven't returned home with that attitude of yours." She's going to walk off into the ballroom with her daughter and their male drow close in tow. Fulvin watches and
he is shaken. He is fucking just angry shaking, like it's taking every ounce of energy not to pounce on this woman and strangle her when she turns and walks away.
Fulvin like kind of takes a step closer to Narcellus as she leaves, just to make sure he's not about to do something stupid. And once they're fully gone through the doors, he'll, in a quiet voice, say, "Sorry, Pat."
I'll just say, he'll immediately like put his head up a little higher and say, "It's fine. It doesn't involve you," and he'll just. Like, he's so incensed right now. He will honestly stalk after them and re-enter the ballroom. Like, he's not done.
Oh boy.
Hey, my distraction. Neat.
He's not done. Like, let me know when I can do an action again.
Alright. Sounds good.
Distraction unlocked.
Right. Excellent. Well, actually, I am just gonna check here at the moment with everyone since it is 3. You know, this is usually the time we wrap up. I mean, are you guys needing to head out? We want to kind of continue for a little longer?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good for a little longer.
Yeah, I'm good. I can stick around for a little bit longer.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Julia, Tove, you guys okay? Doing all
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Give me
getting
1 second
spicy.
though. I'm kicking Jax out.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm getting
The
the
dog
baby.
has been banished.
I'm getting the baby.
But you're too much right now.
My baby.
He doesn't want to be.
Sent to jail.
Baby jail.
Yes.
Man. These windows better all be magically sealed. God.
I'm so sorry, Taffy.
Taffy out here just doing his
Alright.
best.
Who designed this place?
Who designed this place? This is padlocked.
really.
What is
Oh,
this?
Preston. Oh, am I getting Jax?
Oh yeah, I just put him in the hallway unless I
No.
like
It's,
let him
it's
into
okay. Yeah, he probably just wants to get on the sofa.
probably. That's all he wants at this time.
Because otherwise, he's gonna start whining and crying.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Oh man, I can't wait to cause a scene.
Just bust into the room. Just like, hey, bitch. Shoots a glass.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you brought me your toy.
Firebolt
Hi, Jax.
initiated.
Oh, I have a big dog and a toy. Oh,
Yeah.
hi. How you doing? Hey, buddy. Okay. He's
All right.
content.
Nice. Good. So you guys head back into the ballroom. Before we get into that scene,
Yeah.
Taffy.
Oh.
Hey, so you've been left alone in the hallway again.
Sweet. Okay, so as soon as they leave the room, he's like, all right, he's gonna just basically get into the library as fast as he can.
Okay.
Make sure that he shuts the door behind him. Then he's gonna go and try these 2 windows here. This one and then this one, if this one doesn't open.
Neither one opens.
Oh no.
What kind of library is this? All right. The all right, step 1. Is there any like seams for it to open at all? Does it look like it's even openable?
Give me a perception check or investigation. Whichever one you.
All right, we're gonna do perception.
Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh.
So you look, fairly carefully over both of these windows, and you do see most of them are kind of divided into like 3 big panels, or the center ones are sometimes kind of divided in half with a metal kind of lining.
Okay.
And you get really up close to it, and you do see that in these metal dividers that some of them do have hinges. So they are definitely capable of opening, just nothing seems to be working.
Are they on inside hinges? I would assume so.
Yeah.
All right, pop out his thieves' tool, and he's gonna unscrew those hinges.
Ooh,
Why?
nice.
All right, so you set to work. I don't think I really need you to roll for that. I won't worry about it. So yeah, you start unscrewing the hinges on this one window. And are you gonna try to like give it another push, I'm assuming?
Yeah, from the edge where he undid the hinges. Carefully, so he's not like Sparta kicking the window out.
So as you take the hinges off and you give the panel that you've unhinged now a good push, it still doesn't budge.
Oh my god, they're not pull windows, are they?
No.
Okay.
No, you even try to pull it, this thing is like glued shut or something.
Kind of magic bullshit. All right, so it's time to pull out the crowbar and the hammer. All right.
Oh no.
He's gonna try and wedge it in where he undid the hinges on the hinge side, and see if he can't get some leverage and force the window to like pop out of its frame.
All right, give me a strength check.
Oh boy, a strength check.
Mhm.
Oh, just a raw strength check.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh boy.
Damn, 18. So yeah, as you wedge your crowbar in there and you give it all you got, and you try, and sure enough, eventually it bends enough that you see like this kind of weird shimmer over the entire window just for a brief moment, and then the next thing you know, this panel goes flying off the window from how hard you were pulling it and shatters on the floor.
Oh.
Oh shit.
He's gonna quickly store the crowbar and hammer and then dive out the window and then wait a second to see if anyone like heard that.
Yeah, you stay, you wait a minute. Yeah, no one seems to hear it. No one comes running.
Thank God for Drow. All right, so with none of that, he is gonna get his grappling hook and his 50-foot of rope and scale the wall. He also gets his climbing kit ready to go.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so as you get outside and you look up the wall before you, you see there are windows to the office pretty much directly above the ones in the library. And there's like this kind of metal railing that runs along the wall that's really just for decoration, probably, that separates the 2 floors. And it's pretty easy enough to hook your grappling hook into to scale up the wall. Yeah, and then soon enough you're like at eye level now with the window into the office.
All right, here we go. So he pulls up the rope. He doesn't disengage the grappling hook, but he does pull up the rope and kind of make it so it's easy to just toss down if he needs to. But he pulls it up in case someone's roaming the perimeter. They don't see a rope just dangling there, especially if they look out the window. Then he looks through the window on the second floor to see if there's anyone in the room he's about to try and bust into.
Yeah, you look into the window, and kind of at the angle you have, you can kind of see just like the half of the office. You can see like part of Lord Pierpont's desk to the side, kind of centered in the middle of the room.
Oh hell yeah!
There's like some there's like some like bookshelves off to the left, like a couple other random things here and there.
I don't suppose I can see the statue anywhere.
At this angle, you can't. You can see like the corner of a table that's pushed up against the wall that you're currently against. That's behind the desk. So you can only assume that might be where it is.
Okay.
That it was behind the desk.
Excellent. He listens. Does he hear any commotion or movement or any of that stuff?
Roll a perception check for me.
Oh boy. I don't think I can pull another high number. Oh my god, perception.
Yeah, 14. All right. Yeah, so you strain your ears and you can like vaguely hear some of the music like drifting out from the ballroom. But as for anything like inside, you don't hear anything. You don't hear anyone coming to investigate what you're doing.
Excellent.
Yeah, so far, you are looking pretty good.
Try the window.
It is locked. Well, I mean, it might be locked, but it won't open.
Okay.
Really what I meant to say.
Oh boy. All right. So we're going to do this slightly differently. He takes his knife out and he's going to try and cut a circle arm wide. And see if he can actually damage the window that way.
Okay, so like try to cut through the glass, basically.
Yes, he's gonna try and do it so he doesn't shatter the entire window.
Yeah.
He's hoping it's thick enough to maintain structural integrity as he cuts a hole, Yeah.
You put your knife to it and an attempt to like
start scratching
cut
at it
into it. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Oh my god. All right. All right, here's what we're going to try to do instead. Where the window meets the frame, he's going to pull out his hammer again, and instead of trying to crowbar the thing apart, he's going to basically try and hammer and wedge his knife in between the seal and the window and see if he can break the enchantment that way.
Hold on, say that one more time. He's putting his knife between the window and the
frame, like the frame that it's
frame.
I assume it's in the
Okay.
And then he's just gonna take his little Theban hammer and just kind of tink tink tink, trying to get a wedge going.
Okay. One second. So as you're trying to hammer away, get your little thieves' tool in there, you manage to get it in just slightly, but then it seems that it will not go in any further once you get to a certain point.
Okay, and I didn't see the same shimmer or any of that stuff give out like I did in the first window.
Yeah, you do not see that yet on this window.
Okay. When I was casing the joint, did I notice any fireplaces that seemed to go up to the second floor?
Ooh, that's a good question. like check the fireplaces real quick to see if there is one.
Any fireplaces? Oh, come on.
Yeah, you believe you recall there was one on the other side of the manor.
Oh my god. All right, well.
Just in kind of the other big room at the other end of like the U. Clicking on it over here.
Sneaking through hallways. Okay. I'll either break the glass or Alright, okay. Alright. How hard of a climb does it look to get from where I am to the roof?
It might be a little difficult as the roof tiles do come out a little further from the wall. So it might just be kind of a little awkward to get up onto it.
Okay. He'll go ahead and pull up his grappling hook, stow it away with the rope. If I use my climbing kit, because I also have second story work as a class feature, can I just take a 10 and ensure that I get on the roof so I don't fall and bust my butt?
Yes, I think so. I don't know how the climbing kit stuff works.
It basically just, it helps me... let me go look at it. Look it up. Climbing kit. Actually, chat might be able to help me out. Does it give advantage? I don't remember. I know it helps you not fall and die.
Yeah.
The climbing kit. Climber's kit. Yeah, you just anchor yourself. When you do, you can't. Oh, it just makes sure you don't fall more than 25 feet from the point where you anchored yourself. Okay, so there's not really a reason to use the climber's kit. Unless this mansion is 25 feet tall.
Really not quite, but...
Okay. Okay, then I just would like to... I don't know if D&D 5th edition has, like, a take 10... basically what that does is it's supposed to ensure like you take a bunch of extra time to do an action, but then you like ensure you can do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and allow that. Why not?
Okay. Excellent. Then while he's slowly climbing his way up to the roof, then probably some other scene is happening.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, take 10. It's you take like it's full minute slowly to do something. Make sure you do a decent enough work. Because I don't want to risk breaking my legs. Stupid magic windows.
Yeah, you know. Do be, I can't. Well, that's gonna bother the heck out of me. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna pretend it's not there. Okay, yeah, so as Taffy is making his way up onto the roof now, back inside, we'll move back into the ballroom. And, you know, everyone is currently having a great time despite the tense situation going on in just the next room over. You know, Yulia and Yuvari are still kind of dancing away with one another as the bards have moved on through like a couple of songs at this point. You know, trying to keep the beat like light and happy and keep people like moving and grooving just to keep them entertained. And you know, off to the side, Runarian will kind of stop Tove for a moment as he takes her hands and he says, "You know, Tove, this has been one of the most loveliest nights in quite a while."
Well, thank you. I've been having such a wonderful time as well.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it, as he looks quite pleased.
Oh,
He's just so excited right now, you guys.
Yes.
Right?
So happy. Yeah. Nice. Then Arca, are you still kind of dancing along with your bird buddy, Achaia?
Yeah, I'd say they're still dancing.
Nice. You guys have been hanging out. She's perhaps shared a few stories, from like Aket, or maybe like a couple of silly interactions she's had with like some people in Roseton. Just kind of making like idle chit chat with Arca as the night goes on.
Aw.
Yulia, Yavari, how have you two been doing down here?
Yavari has definitely calmed down, but she's still very shaken. But she's pulled herself together enough to just kind of relax and enjoy what's happening. And then she's like, "Oh wait, I was supposed to watch the hallway." Well, risking his life anyway. um, but she's very grateful that Yulia stepped up and was like, "Hey, how you doing, bud?"
I don't know if Yulia would say anything because they would be really hesitant to ask Yavari like what happened, but probably didn't want to push it.
Fair enough. She probably would not have, honestly, if she had asked.
Very fair.
But you've already does notice that Nurse Shells has walked in, and the drow have the other drow have kind of huddled into a corner, and she goes, "Oh shit." Nurse Shells looks angry.
Angie.
And it's about this point as the trio of drow come walking in. The other song is the song that the bards are currently playing is kind of drawing to a close, and Gavin kind of hops down off the stage and kind of makes his way quickly through the crowd over to Yulia as he'll try to like grab her attention.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
I said, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yes, he'll say, Miss Yulia, if you would like, you and your friend are more than welcome to take the stage. I think girls need a bit of a break for a bit.
Yulia will like try to smile, but you could tell they're kind of like nervously forcing it. It's just like, oh, okay, thank you, and turn back to Yavari, just like, oh boy. so like suddenly, like
the comfort pat.
The nerves are hitting suddenly. Immediate pre-performance nerves. It's just like, oh boy, here we go.
Oh no.
So,
Gavin will...
Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Gavin, kind of picks up on some of her nerves, and he'll like reach forward and like kind of fist bump her like in the side, because that's probably about all he can reach, being the little gnome he is. And he's like, don't worry, girl, you got this.
Yulia will take a deep breath, give a polite bow to Yavari, and turn to go collect Arca.
Yeah, Arca probably noticed, probably heard the conversation from here, so he kind of like, motions to, was it Ayla?
Achaia.
Achaia. And, tells her, like, oh, well, it looks like we're up. Thank you for the dance, though.
And she'll nod and give him like a polite little curtsy as she says, "Oh, no, thank you, Arca. It's been a pleasure. I can't wait to see your performance." She'll step to the side to allow you guys to pass.
Nice. Oh, how do I rotate? Damn it.
Oh, here, hold on. It's so tricky. Here you go.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So yeah, he follows Yulia to the stage.
All right, so Yulia will lead Arca up there, and as they're both walking up, they'll turn to Arca and be like, "Okay, I didn't really think about the specifics, but I was thinking, so at least the eyes will be on us for a while. Can you hold me on your shoulder while I play the song?"
Yeah, sure. You can do that.
And before face plant.
Oh no!
Oh no, we gotta do an
Roll for
acrobatic.
agility.
I'll go for strength or athletics. Athletics. I think they're both good. So.
Alright, so is that what you're gonna be doing then? Is getting up on Arca's shoulders?
Yeah, just kind of like, because I imagine like Yulia is pretty light, so they could probably just sit and look pretty dainty, but they want like the height perspective.
Yeah.
So short.
Yeah, it's fine. Alright, then I'll have Arca make an athletics check, and Yulia, please do a performance check for me.
Oh god.
I really want to blow my Anima shard just because I'm so nervous, but
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how long you're here, you probably have to do more.
Oh god.
Oh. Hey, what a roll.
And that one.
Why are we here? Just to suffer.
Oh shit.
oh god.
Okay.
All right.
Yulia, please go roll.
Oh god.
Oh,
I'm getting,
So
we're getting
go-
a distraction right now.
So go ahead and Yulia, really quick, because Arca, unfortunately, since you rolled, I cannot let you use the Anima shard.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. This'll be great.
No.
Yulia, please make a dexterity save for me.
Oh boy. Okay. How do I do that?
It should be like right above your skills on the left. It'll be it's your saving throws, like right underneath where it says proficiency bonus. Just click on dexterity.
Please, for the love of God.
Okay, so Yulia and Arca, you guys are taking to the stage as the other bards have moved off to give you your space. All of the eyes are on you guys that are in the ballroom as they're, fascinated and curious as to what you guys are going to do.
Oh,
And so Arca, you kneel down to allow Yulia to get up onto your shoulders. And, Yulia, you take out your lyre, I'm guessing you're playing.
Yeah.
So you take out your lyre, as you get settled onto Arca's shoulders, prepared to begin your song. And as soon as Arca straightens up to stand at his full height, you're not sure if you catch your feet on the stone or maybe the rug. There's like a bump in the rug. But next thing you know, as soon as Arca stands up, immediately both of you are falling down. As Arca just loses his balance and falls onto the floor. Yulia, you seeing him fall and feeling yourself beginning to fall, you do your best to catch yourself as you jump off of his shoulders and you stumble, but manage to just barely land on your feet directly in front of Arca, who now most of the ballroom, aside from like your friends, are like sitting there now laughing at you guys, thinking this is maybe some sort of circus performance like earlier.
God.
Okay. Okay.
This is great.
I hate it here.
Let's say Yuli. After that, if you wanna, I don't know if she would start to just try to play or.
Okay. So.
Salvage it.
So it's standing up, trying to like be a figure, like some sort of elegance. After that, kind of quickly turns to Arco. It's like, okay, just stay low and use your wings to make a breeze behind me. We'll go from there.
Okay.
So
He then if he like snuffles or growls. He's behind her and he beats his wings. he gets a breeze going.
Okay, so then Yulia will start the opening notes for the song, and I could go a little bit on like the lyrics. This is supposed to be a long song for the distraction. The song that that Yulia wrote is based off actually not Anna, Tove and Runarian. And it's a song that they wrote called Season of Suns, because in the brief time that Yulia met Runarian, the metaphor that they put to him is very much like a very warm like spring summer season, because he is just so vibrant and so lively, and he has this open warmth to him that kind of took them by surprise, but they found very, very nice. And so it's just a couple of verses of just talking about like putting all these flowery imageries of like these spring and summer seasons of just like joy and mirth and all these good feelings. And then the song kind of shifts to talking what they wrote about Tove, who they had a little bit more time with. And Tove to Yulia is very, very harvest and winter, in that Tove is a very calm, comforting person to be around. So those seasons are a time of togetherness and working together and just enjoying another's company. So it's just a nice little romantic song about two seasons coming together, and this circle of loveliness.
Cute.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Hopefully
adorable.
It's enough to captivate the audience.
Adorable. Excellent. So yeah, you get through. You manage to recover somehow, and you begin your performance, which might be a little shaky at first as you try to, calm down after the stumbling start. And meanwhile, Narcellis, you enter into the ballroom probably fairly shortly after Yulia begins. You see, there's still a couple of people out and about and whatnot, and the drow have, kind of gone off into the corner by themselves. So, what's Narcellis doing?
Yulia, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
No.
Narcellis, I feel like, I have to say this, I feel like Faldvin at this point is going to know that something's going to happen. And
yeah.
solely from the way that he enters the room, like you can feel the rage radiating off of his skinny little form.
Uh-oh.
And he looks immediately at Yulia, and then towards the drow. And he hears her start playing the song, and the super soft, sweet lyrics, and a minute later, he attempts to get her attention with one of the hand signals. And if she sees it, he will lock eyes with her. I need to know if she can see it.
I mean,
which hand signal is it?
He's just trying to get her attention for it, like to signal that he's going to perform a distraction.
The execute signal.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if he's making it, if all eyes are on them and Narcellus is making movements, then most likely that they will notice some sort of movement off to the side.
Yeah, you've got pretty much a very good line of sight to Yuli at the moment.
Okay, well, he will do that, and he will lock this deadly, angry eyes on, like eye lock on her, and hold her gaze, and he will make this sort of motion with his hands, like a very quick, like really hard, very fast strum, like he's playing an instrument like super aggressively. And he will then make his way over to the drow, and I mean he is beeline walking.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
And sorry about that. But I have some questions before he speaks.
Okay.
I'm assuming that her daughter is around his age.
Yeah, looks to be.
Excellent. So, Tobin, go ahead.
No, I'm live reacting to what.
Tobin and I are going to have this wonderful little dance moment, and Narcellus is going to stop in front of both of them, or all three of them, and turning toward Alisaria, he will give a very curt, very polite, very low bow. But turning toward her daughter, he will sort of stand very, very stiffly, very rigidly, and looking at her, sort of waiting for her to acknowledge him. Does he have her attention?
And as Narcellus walks over, Alisaria absolutely sees him coming and just sort of gives like a roll of her eyes, like, oh great, here we go. But she'll remain silent as he comes over and bows to them, and her daughter, like, even when they had met prior in the other room, she had been kind of looking at him with like this weird, like this look on her face that was a mixture of like curiosity, but also just kind of like, ew, like half drow. But as he bows, she's looking at him, but Alisaria will speak up and say, "What can I help you with?"
And rather than say anything, well, no, he will first say, "You were right. My earlier behavior was entirely unprecedented, and so I should like to remedy this with the only thing I know how. And, well, perhaps the party may finally be a little fun." And I have to ask, are any of the waiters around them? Are there any drinks near him?
Oh no.
No.
I mean, probably. I imagine, like, I know I don't have their tokens out, but there have been, like, a couple of servers and that kind of walking around with like little food trays or drinks.
Are there any drowic drinks in grabbing distance to him?
Yeah, there's like a little kobold kind of standing off to the side that seemed to have probably followed the drow over, considering that these are some of the only drow at the party. And yeah, he does have a little tray that he's holding, which appears to have what what Narcellus assumes is likely spider wine. That's what it looks like. Here, I'll put the. Oh God!
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
Big kobold. Yeah, here you go, tiny kobold.
Well, he will sort of like flex his wrists. He will reach out and take what is a flute, I'm assuming, of the spider wine, and he will down it. I mean, it's gone. Like this venomous wine is down, and he sets it back down on the tray. His fingers make sure that his lower lip is clean, and addressing himself toward Elisaria's daughter, he will make a very broad sweeping motion with his arms, and sort of kneel down on one leg as he attempts to initiate a specific drow dance.
Oh.
And Alisaria will raise one eyebrow from Narcellus as she looks over to her daughter. And her daughter is definitely like a little perplexed by Narcellus, but she's definitely interested. And Alisaria can probably kind of sense that, so she'll kind of incline her head to the male drow with them, and she'll move off to the side. And her daughter will step towards Narcellus. She probably doesn't have her staff in her hand.
Yeah,
But yeah, she will reach forward to him with one hand outstretched, and she kind of, smiles a little sickly sweet down at him as she says, "Well, this should be interesting."
and kind of just looking up at her. He hasn't moved yet. He's still in that like wide arms position, like on one knee, and he's like, "There's something here, Wilby." And if she allows him to initiate, will she allow him to initiate, or will she begin?
I imagine she's going to begin.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
I'll let you describe it, because I think you'll do a little better than me.
From what we talked about, it is fast and violent. And he sort of lets himself be pulled around for right now, but the people around them would not be able to tell if they are fighting or dancing. And I mean, the expression on his face is one of bared teeth, and he's lower than her a lot. There's a lot of like bending limbs and bending legs, and I mean, he's throwing her around, okay, but he's getting thrown around probably just as much.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you cannot tell if this is a fight or not. It certainly looks like one.
So then Yulia seeing this is probably what you meant by the hand signal.
Mhm.
So they're putting two and two together. So the song that they wrote faded out, and then somehow they just shift chords into like something you would hear like during those like movies where there's a tavern fight scene. Like it's kind of like maybe a little bit jaunty, maybe a little dancey, but it's just more just fitting of the mood, and they'll just start playing chords resembling that.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick, Yulia, just give me another performance check.
Okay.
God.
If there is a god.
If there is a god.
I am so nervous right now. Oh my god. Please, mercy.
Oh.
Ah!
Slightly better.
It's slightly better.
Like,
So as you begin to pick up the pace, and as Narcellus and Shintun begin this dance of like very quick movements, as if they're like kind of striking out at each other almost. The bards who had been kind of sitting off to the side take note of like all of this going on, and seeing Yulia kind of struggling a little bit, Gavin will actually step a little up towards the stage as he listens for a moment, and then shortly after begins to play with her. Sort of like trying to harmonize with her in her song as they are just making shit up on the fly right now.
Bless Gavin.
He's trying to just help keep people from thinking that this is not going according to plan.
Exactly.
You can tell things are weird, but he's like, you know what, it's fine. This is fun. Let's do it.
This is fun, let's do it.
He's a man who knows how to have a good time, and by God, he's gonna help.
Exactly. So here we'll kind of go around the room. Tove, you and Renarian.
Yeah.
Having a wonderful time here, having a moment, and then all of a sudden, you see Nershellis and one of the other drow initiate this dance. And immediately, you hear Yulia, her love song has faded away to be replaced with something much more fast-paced and upbeat, supported by Gavin. So what is Tove thinking of this whole situation at the moment?
I think she's just a little taken aback, but also when she starts seeing like this dance and how it's like getting into like full swing, like it looks like they're like fighting each other.
I want to do that dance.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know how to do that. She looks at Runarian and she's like, I think maybe we should step to the side. And it's very clear that she just wants to get off the dance floor as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Runarian nods and he's like, yes, I've never seen a dance like this before. I'm both fascinated and yet very afraid right now. So yes, I think it's best we just move. Yeah. I agree. And he'll just kind of follow along after her to wherever she'd like to move to get out of their way.
They're gonna both stand. Yeah, they're gonna both stand at the side and just like look in on what's happening in like awe, and like a mixture of awe and horror.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yavari, what's Yavari thinking about this whole situation right now?
Yavari is so confused. It starts off with like this beautiful love song, and now Nershellis is fight dancing this drow that she's never seen or acknowledged in her life. But she's like, that was kind of fun. Drow are very interesting. I need to go, but I can't look away.
Yeah,
look away.
This is like a train wreck, you know? But Yavari is just like, she's also still kind of out of it from earlier. And her standing so close to this other tiefling not helping, but she just can't stop looking away from Nershellis. And his dance partner, she's like, damn, I'm sorry, Taffy. I'm sorry.
Taffy. That's okay.
Oh, damn. He's probably fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know. And she kind of gives a glance to General Faldvin. And she doesn't know what to say other than, oh, this is a typical Friday night for you.
as you look at Faldvin, he definitely has like this expression of like shock and uncertainty on his face as he's watching Nershellis and the other drow very carefully, or just looking past that to look at Elisaria. But as Yavari speaks up at his side, he'll kind of glance at her from the corners of his eyes and quietly say, I think I can safely say I have never witnessed something like this before, and frankly, I'm feeling like this is just going to turn into a fight shortly. If it's not already. I can't tell.
I would,
Can't tell.
I would not be surprised. I wouldn't. But yeah, Yavari's just like, okay. Looking between their shells, looking between the tiefling, looking between Julia, looking at everyone, and just being like, this is a lot. Goodbye.
Yeah. We got Arca up in the back. You know, what's Arca doing? What's he feeling?
He is looking at these two drow dancing, and he is
Dancing question mark.
Question mark.
And he's perplexed. He's very confused. He doesn't know what to make of this, but he has a performance to keep up with. So, he is continuing the effect and like kind of trying to go with like the emotions of this new song, and I guess kind of like improving into a background dancer.
You know, he's the most beautiful background dancer ever.
He is. And Yulia is proud of him.
Poor
Oh, I
Arca.
see that slimy little sucker coming into the ballroom. You can't trick me.
You can't trick me.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Yeah, so you know, you're going, Urshellis, you are spinning around, as is she. It's, you know, it's definitely very aggressive. Like, even she kind of has this look on her face of like baring her teeth back at you. You know, is there anything in particular that he's kind of thinking of at the moment or attempting to do? Yes.
Oh, they are absolute. I'm sorry, like he is absolutely hitting her at this point, and he's probably getting hit back. I mean, like their wrists are connecting at certain points, like obviously making these strikes, and it's hurting.
Oh
and
boy.
And some of the little like spins might have these kicks in them, and you know those also hurt. And at one point, like he'll grab onto her, he'll grab onto one of her legs, and they're spinning, and you know he gets the urge to just let go. He doesn't for the sake of the performance. He's trying to keep it going as long as possible, but I mean it's very, they're taking up a lot of space.
Yeah, I mean, everyone else in this ballroom at this moment has stopped and is just watching you guys. Both being fascinated by it and not wanting to get hit themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for everyone else, like, this is a spectacle. Like, this is some entertainment right here. They, half of them are like, oh, this is pretty cool. Oh, wow. You know, Lord Pierpont really outdid himself this time.
Did himself this time.
That guy gets a black eye at some point.
Oh boy, and yeah, that, you know, as you guys are continuing, I'm gonna like shuffle some people away from the door here. It's fine. The door opens, and in comes Lord Pierpont himself, who, you know, is kind of followed along after by like a female dragonborn, and as he catches sight of what is going on in the ballroom, he looks shocked at first, but then intrigued. He's like,
God.
he just has this look on his face of, do I need to stop this? Do I need to have the guards come in and stop it?
No.
You know, he decides he's just gonna join the crowd and observe.
You know, if you want to throw her his direction, you know, get a kick in, you know, for a good measure.
Get in there, buddy.
Let's see. Let me just check something real quick.
I really kind of want Yulia to also like stomp their feet to like add an extra beat to it, hoping they'll get people clapping along.
Yeah. Yeah. You start kind of stomping your feet. Gavin probably also tries to join in along, even though like he's tiny. It probably doesn't make a huge difference. But yeah, you kind of get the people like really getting into this. And Narcellis, you continue dancing with her. Dancing, I say. It's gone on for quite a few minutes of this intense battle performance, in a sense. How is Narcellis wanting to finish this?
You sound word it like it's a battle.
Finish him.
Well, you see,
Suplex.
I feel like so at this point they're probably below this lovely uranium glass chandelier.
Chandelier, yeah.
And he's spinning around with her. He's going on his knees. He's getting back up. They're striking at each other, and he's getting tired.
Yeah.
And
she's looking about the same.
Actually, let me message you.
Okay.
Good boy.
Gotta figure out how this goes.
Figure out how this goes.
How does one end this grand saga?
With the grandest of
All right.
power bombs.
So, man, I need to know. Okay, so he will, when she spins around again to make another connection with him, he will reach out and he will grab a full fistful of her hair
Oh.
Oh.
and yank her back to him, and his other hand will just wrap around her throat, and he will pull his mouth down to her and start squeezing, and he will say, "If you or any of your kin put Zeus's name in your mouths one more time, you will not breathe again."
Holy shit! Please roll for me.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
oh boy. Oh
Oh.
god. All right. Yeah, so as both of you are starting to get tired, she is definitely like she's keeping up, but it is getting to that point where one of you is going to have to draw this to a close, but she's probably very stubborn and doesn't want to do it herself. So as you bring her back in after that final spin, she absolutely is not expecting it as you grab her hair and yank her back, and your hand goes to her throat, squeezing hard enough that she suddenly is not able to breathe. Seeing this, oh boy. Oh, I wasn't prepared.
It's like they glaring at the other drow like, is this normal? Are you gonna step in? Like, what? How? What?
Are we gonna have to roll initiative?
Oh god. I'm just saying, if the guards have to come in, that's probably a great opening for Taffy.
That, yeah.
Jabari
Exactly.
that's spawned from the spa room.
Yeah, literally just run up the stairs and book it.
I'm gonna laugh. It's like, okay, and then like all the guards come in, and then like Yavari runs up, grabs the idol, and just comes back downstairs. By the time Taffy gets over there and is like, what the heck?
Just absolutely bodies the two guards at the stairs.
Sorry, I have to suddenly find a stat block. Give me a second. It's here somewhere. Alright, I think I found what I needed. Okay. So as you grab on to the daughter, Elisaria tenses up immediately as she realizes fairly quickly that her daughter cannot move at the moment. So let's see. Oh gosh. Hold on. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
Okay, I got this now.
Mhm.
Oh, that absolutely missed. So as you grab a hold of her and hold her there, all of a sudden this blast of crackling black purple energy streaks just past your head and explodes into the floor behind you, probably blasting a hole right into the carpet, as you hear Elisaria suddenly saying, "Get your hands off of my daughter!"
Can I respond?
Feel free.
Warlock fight.
He will not.
Oh
no.
Sort of dragging
Okay,
her
so you
backward,
might
he
just
will
slip out
lock
of
eyes
this?
with Elisaria. And, he's still holding on to her, but... Oh... Trying to think through the consequences of his actions.
Don't worry, Taffy trusts you right now.
There's gonna be a lot.
It's fine.
That's fine.
So he's kind of hauling her backward. He'll loosen up just enough that she can take a breath.
She gasps for air.
Mm-hmm. And he's still talking to her. He's got his mouth just above her ear, and he's asking "Are you afraid of me? Are you afraid of the little half-drow?" And he's making this a fucking scene. And reaching out with his hand, he'll let go of her hair for a minute. He's still clutching her throat. He will hold up his gloved hand, and I want to see if he can hold a firebolt, just really, really close to her, a clear threat.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. A fire bolt?
Like a bolt of fire, yes.
It's a fireball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the room with me.
That's what I thought. Hold on, which one is that?
I'm not okay
Sneak
right
into your
I'm not okay right now. Oh, no.
Listen, this could have been avoided if she just didn't bring up a certain NPC. It's fine.
Yeah, so you hold that up to her, and at your words, she hisses back at you. She's like, "I'm not afraid of you, freak." As she attempts to
Oh!
Girly.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
and I think it is at this moment the session shall end for the night.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Oh,
Well, this
that
is
was
fun.
wild.
Taffy, Renard, I hope you like the distraction, buddy.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to bust you all out of prison again.
No, it's fine. Marcellus has a good jail free card.
I feel like there might be like a statute of limitations there.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is it really?
He's gonna come downstairs and be like, "Oh no."
The abandoned.
It's fine.
Yeah, we will pick up next time, as everyone is going to be panicking at the ballroom.
Oh boy! Taffy, as far as Taffy knows, like, there's nothing. Like, I don't know what's going on. He's just trying to climb down a chimney right now.
Panic at the Disco Who? Now it's Panic in the Ballroom.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Hey, look, everybody's in there. You know, he's got their attention. It's fine.
It's fine.
He might commit murder.
Oh.
Narshellus, please.
Listen. The owner of the party is making chimera, so I feel like it's really just nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
It's a free for all.
Yeah, it's fine. Everyone else just has to commit worse crimes.
Everyone else has to commit worse crimes.
Yeah, that
Running
way,
across
yeah.
the ballroom.
Just light it on fire, you know.
Oh my god. Taffy's like, I've been trying so hard to not. Oh god.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta commit a little murder.
He's gonna commit a little murder. Yeah, just a little arson, a little murder.
Sometimes
that's
you
fine.
just gotta kill a guy. It's fine. Or a
Sometimes
lady.
you just gotta
Oh,
kill a
God.
guy.
Oh,
So Taffy, who's your name change guy?
Yeah, man, I'm
I need him.
we're gonna need him. Okay, well, let's see. How do you like being named after candy? All right.
Oh no.
I feel like the biggest mistake is the fact that he is committing this crime in front of the military personnel who has promised to let them off. After he was like, "No, we'll be on our best behavior."
Yeah.
Listen,
Well, Falkman's
Falkman.
gonna have words.
Oh, I know, but listen, if you can't handle him at his, you know what? No, this is his best. He's living his best life. This is his
Is
best.
this his best?
I
Uh-oh.
doubt
Yeah.
that. I highly doubt that.
It's his best. It's totally not the lowest he's been in a
No.
while. It's fine. Oh, this was fun though.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Good fun.
Narshellus,
We're getting
I
there.
can't wait to cause a scene. No.
Yeah. Oh, I do have a question
Yeah.
though. How's Pierpont feeling?
You know, he having a time.
Yeah.
He's about ready to call for the guards.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
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 I
It's
stand
fine.
by what I
Calling
said.
out a kicking and screaming drow with like 20 soldiers, or half drow, I should say, will be a firework level distraction.